the downfall of an e-girl is probably one of the best things in the whole entire world. I'd say it's up there with basically taking the massive shit that you were holding in. That's how great it feels. Not even camping. Um, Before we jump into it, a special message to all my mothers. Happy Mother's Day, yo. Wish y'all the best. Like, hope y'all doing well today. Shout out to all my mothers. Yeah, sorry. All right. So now let's get back to the topic. So this e-girl, basically it happened on Twitter, and she was like, she's showing off her cute Spider-Man outfit. All of a sudden, boom, gets ratioed into saying the N-word, or as we like to say, the no-no word. Y Yeah, I mean, it's just that. Like, oh, how? Like, how do you get ratioed that bad that someone takes a screenshot of you saying the N-word, and then on top of that, making the caption clearly not Miles Morales? Like, my God, you have to quit at that point. I'm just saying, you have to end your whole entire, you have to end your whole entire internet existence. You have to just leave Twitter forever, never hop back on, and just like start a brand new life. Her name is Vani. Her handle is Vani TTV. But yeah, this e-girl Vani, yeah, she said the N-word in the Discord messages, basically coming out and just saying, just like typing it out. And that's like, why? Why? It's like you e-girls don't ever understand. Why would you ever say that? On top of that, there was other evidence that was stacked upon her where she basically started, where there was this clip that was shown where she was like basically being making jokes that were unsavory to other people, I would say, and all for the likes of male attention. That's how I'm gonna put it because I don't want to get roasted, but like yeah, basically she just made a whole bunch of like based or edgy jokes, and it was all because like her guy friends were there, and this other Twitch streamer was like basically live streaming, and she clipped it and had like she even had the audacity to put her Twitch handle into the chat right after when she was making the edgy jokes. It's like you clearly don't have common sense.
I'm turning down my music and I'm like lowering my volume somewhere because I can't.
Here, relax. Right there, bro. He's Hispanic. He's Hispanic.
Habla en español.
Build the wall. Build the wall.
What the
fuck?
China, bro. That's China. Build the wall. I mean, I'm a chick, bro.
I can't tell if this is a kid or not. I'm pretty sure it's a girl.
But away with that, right? Away with that. What happens next? Oh, we apologize, right? Because after saying the N-word, as we learned from our great Lord Savior PewDiePie, we apologize. We apologize, and then we move on. But wait, when we apologize, we get a response from ChatGPT. Yippee! Yay! Yay, 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 yay. As clearly as you can see that I am clearly joking because then she had to defend herself from people saying that she freaking got her response from ChatGPT, and then she basically put it in ChatGPT to show her evidence and say, "Hey, look, this isn't fake. I actually typed this out." And then someone else was like, "Yeah, guess what? Get ratioed again because you did, and I found more evidence." It's one of the funniest shit that I've ever seen. Again, she gets ratioed twice, not just once, but twice on the thing that she was doing. It's like, oh my God, why? Why? You're so you're so you're actually dumb. Like you're actually dumb. How do you get ratioed twice in the span of 2 days? Probably a day. Probably not even a day. Probably hours. I don't even know because this just happened straight. I don't even know when this happened. It probably happened like 2 days ago. But nonetheless, she got ratioed twice, and then she starts retweeting a bunch of defense from this other from this other, I'd say, claim that they had about her, where she was basically like, oh, she's like calling people monkey and cheater, but apparently that's all debunked, so I'm not gonna show it. So it doesn't really matter. That doesn't matter. What does matter is that she did say the N-word, and she did she did get ratioed twice, and then she also freaking got her response from Chat GPT. It's one of the craziest things. It's one of these things that you just have to kind of enjoy. Another e-girl falling to their demise, and it's just graceful. It really is one of the best things ever. Honestly, if I could make a e-girl fall, that would probably be best for me. If I could dunk on an e-girl, that would also be cool. But either way, that's the end of it. Goodbye, people. Peace.